On the day the ether cycle collapsed, Earth did not suffer alone. Something else happened, something history never recorded. As the Severance Engine disrupted the planetary ether field, the dimensional barrier surrounding Earth weakened for the first time since life began. Across the fractured skies above the southern continent, invisible tears opened briefly between realities. And through those tears, they came. Demons. Not millions, not armies, only fragments. The barrier had not fully broken, and the world still possessed enough ether to resist complete invasion. Most demons attempting to cross into Earth were annihilated instantly by the collapsing resonance storms surrounding the planet. But a few survived. The elder races realized the danger immediately. Ancient giants sealed mountain passes with their own bodies to prevent dimensional breaches from spreading inland. Elven resonance circles burned entire regions to contain corrupted zones. Dwarven kingdoms collapsed underground tunnels connecting unstable ether fractures beneath the continent. For the first and last time in history, the elder races fought together not against humanity, but against something far worse. The demons were unlike any life Earth had ever known. They possessed no stable physical form, no natural biology shaped by the planet's laws. Their bodies adapted through mimicry, reconstructing themselves using surrounding matter and consciousness. In regions with high mana density, they appeared monstrous, shifting masses of dark resonance capable of warping landscapes around them. But the Earth was dying. Mana density continued falling, and without sufficient ether, the demons could not sustain their true forms. So they changed. They became human. Not perfectly at first. Early encounters described pale figures with distorted proportions, blackened eyes, or voices that echoed unnaturally beneath the skin. But over centuries, the surviving demons adapted more efficiently. Eventually, they became indistinguishable from ordinary people, and humanity never noticed. Time buried the invasion beneath history. The elder races disappeared. Civilizations collapsed. Memory faded. Even the demons forgot the scale of their original purpose. Millions of years passed beneath dying skies. Humanity rebuilt the world without mana, replacing ether with electricity, resonance with industry, and ancient ecosystems with steel cities stretching endlessly beneath polluted atmospheres. The planet weakened further with every century. Forests vanished. The oceans warmed. The atmosphere destabilized. Earth's natural balance continued collapsing long after the Severance Engine had already done its damage. And quietly, invisibly, the dimensional barrier surrounding the world thinned once again. This time, the demons were ready. Modern demons no longer resembled invading creatures from another reality. They infiltrated human civilization completely. Governments, corporations, financial institutions, research organizations. Over centuries, they positioned themselves everywhere humanity held influence. Not through war, through patience. Demons understood humans better than humans understood themselves. Human greed, fear, ambition, division. Humanity weakened itself willingly. And because demons could no longer access their full ether-based abilities on mana-starved Earth, they evolved differently. Intelligence replaced brute force. Manipulation replaced invasion. A single demon hidden within political systems could destabilize entire nations more effectively than ancient armies ever could. Some demons no longer even considered themselves invaders. They had lived among humans for so long that Earth had become home. But others still remembered. And now humanity was beginning to rediscover the past. Everything changed after the Antarctic excavation. The discovery of the Severance Engine triggered global panic within hidden demonic networks embedded throughout modern civilization. For the first time in millions of years, humanity stood dangerously close to understanding what ether truly was. Governments reacted immediately. Research surrounding Antarctica vanished behind military control overnight. Entire excavation teams disappeared from public records. Satellite coverage over the southern pole became heavily restricted. Officially, nothing had happened. Unofficially, the world's most powerful nations had already begun preparing for something they could barely comprehend. At first, authorities believed the infiltrators were spies. The captured individuals looked human, bled human, aged human. But interrogation reports became increasingly impossible to explain. Subjects spoke languages unrelated to any human civilization. Some possessed knowledge of extinct species no modern historian had ever discovered. Others described Earth before the continents existed. Several detainees died during containment after their bodies partially destabilized into black resonance matter under extreme stress. The truth shattered every scientific model humanity believed about reality. Earth had never been alone, and humanity had never truly won. The discovery fractured global leadership almost immediately. Some governments demanded international cooperation. Others wanted weaponization. Several nations attempted independent ether research programs in secret, believing control over ancient planetary technology would secure military dominance before rival powers understood its potential. Humanity repeated the same mistake it had made before the collapse. Fear created division. Division created ambition. And ambition blinded humanity once again. The public remained unaware. Across the world, ordinary people continued living ordinary lives. Students attended schools. Workers filled trains and office towers. Families argued over bills and politics while scrolling through glowing screens beneath polluted skies. No one noticed the disappearances increasing near Antarctic research facilities. No one questioned why military budgets across multiple nations suddenly expanded simultaneously. No one realized governments had begun constructing underground containment sites beneath major cities. Humanity continued sleeping peacefully above a truth capable of ending civilization. Then the Severance Engine was reverse engineered. Not fully, not enough to rebuild it, but enough to understand its purpose. And what scientists discovered terrified them. The engine had not merely disrupted the ether cycle. It had been suppressing dimensional pressure across the planet. For millions of years after its destruction, the remains of the machine continued acting like a wound forced shut, stabilizing reality just enough to prevent full-scale ether resurgence or dimensional collapse. But now the ancient structure was deteriorating completely. Earth's barrier was failing. And for the first time since the first world died, humanity understood exactly what waited outside it. Within months, the United Nations officially dissolved all Antarctic jurisdiction under emergency international authority. Secret treaties formed between rival powers. Military alliances expanded beyond public knowledge. A single classified initiative united the world's strongest governments beneath one objective: Operation Ether Recovery. Its official purpose: restore Earth's ether stabilization system before dimensional collapse becomes irreversible. Its hidden purpose: prepare humanity for war against an enemy already living among them.